This is the Hidden Killers Podcast.
The Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Bruschi.
A 14-year-old girl in Mississippi, Carly Gregg is her name. She's facing a trial as an adult after allegedly shooting her mother, high school teacher Ashley Smylie, 3 times in the face. The details emerged during the trial, shedding light on a chilling sequence of events. The incident, which occurred in March at the family's suburban Jackson home, has gripped the community with its grisly nature. Testimony from Rankin County Sheriff's Office Investigator Zachary revealed the disturbing actions of the accused. Cotton testified that the accused entered her bedroom carrying a firearm and then fatally shot her mother. She then sent a text message to her stepfather using her mother's phone, coaxing him back to the residence. In addition, she allegedly contacted one of her friends, urging them to come on over. Under the pretense of an emergency, while waiting for her friend's arrival, she engaged in mundane activities such as playing with her dogs and singing to them. Once the friend arrived at the house, she asked if she had ever seen a dead body before leading the witness to the victim's body and saying her stepfather was next. Heath Smylie told investigators he was shocked as soon as he walked into the house, said Cotton, noting that Heath and Carly's eyes were really big and it looked like she had seen a demon. Heath told investigators Carly was screaming and then ran off. The friend was outside in the backyard when the second shooting took place, Cotton said. Cotton's testimony, supplemented by home security footage, painted a picture of calculated brutality. The defense, however, hinted at the underlying mental health issues, citing Gregg's recent switch in medication and reports of hearing voices while in custody. Judge David Morrow presided over the case, emphasizing the severity of the crime and the potential danger posed by Gregg to the community. Despite arguments regarding her mental state, Morrow upheld Gregg's $1 million bond, considering her a special danger to others. Quote, "I do believe that Miss Gregg does pose a special danger to others," Morrow said. The heinous nature of the crime, the premeditation that seems to have involved here is pronounced. It is severe, and it does concern me that there's a lot of danger to the community, whether there's a mental component to this or not. I think anybody could argue that to kill another human being, there's going to be a mental component involved. She is currently at the Rankin County Adult Detention Center. So, yeah.
Something isn't right. And yes, 100%, this 14-year-old has mental health issues.
Yeah.
A mentally stable 14-year-old isn't going to shoot her mother 3 times and then use her mom's phone to text her stepdad, like, come home. And, so it was calculated, but it's just so wrong. Like, it just makes you wonder, was it a mental health crisis that she was having? Was she born like this?
She's just an evil person
along the way that she could have killed people?
Well, I mean, the one thing you start wondering about is when kids are trying to kill their parents, is there abuse going on? Have they snapped because they're sick of that? And I'm not saying there is. There's, as far as we know, no evidence of that right now. And sometimes you get that where they are in desperate need to do something about it, and that's the way they see out of it. Or they're just, like, it could be. There could be some sort of component to this with medication, or they're just, a monster. And that exists too, where there's really something mentally wrong with them, extremely, and they have no empathy, and, everybody's just kind of a player in their game and in their story that they're living out, and no one else is real, and they have no empathy for anybody, and they just do shit like this. There's people like that, and they do come in the form of 14-year-olds too.
Well, and she definitely was having mental health issues. She was on medication for mental health, something, I'm not sure what. And then they switched her medication.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like, they were trying to get her some help. And the poor friend who came over.
Yeah.
Like, because, part of me is like, why didn't the kid call 911 immediately? But if you just walked in and saw your friend had brutally murdered their mother, wouldn't you think you might be next?
Yeah, I think you kind of tread lightly to get out of there without, I think you'd be concerned that you might be in danger as well, but just running away immediately, you don't want to think you're going to get shot at, which, could be what would happen.
Sorry for that kid. That kid's going to need some mental health.
Yeah.
Count, because that's a lot to deal with.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's just another horrible case where, I don't know. I mean, here's an example, too, where it sounds like they were trying to get her some mental health help, and it, didn't work. And ultimately, they ended up with a monster.
Yeah. And, in a situation like that, even a normal, healthy 14-year-old, you can say one thing and that kid's going to go off. I mean, there's just weird emotions and hormones and stuff. 14's a rough age.
Yeah.
And you can be rather unstable. I remember I'd cry all the time and stuff, and everything was over the top, exaggerated and dramatic. But you don't think your kid's going to do that.
No. That's what it comes down to in so many of these cases. You never think it's going to happen to you. You never think your kid's going to do that. You never think you're going to be in that situation. And then you are. And yeah, it's a scary place. And it's even can be scary in your home as well.
Sick of the ads?
We are too.
Start listening with no commercials now and get access to all of our episodes in advance of everyone else.
Become a True Crime Today Premium Plus subscriber on Apple Podcasts.
Search True Crime Today Premium Plus on Apple Podcasts or go to our podcast page and sign up now.
True Crime Today Premium Plus.
Sign up now.